Hi there, my name is Evelyn Weiss. I've generated over 7 million in online sales, over 33,000 paid subscribers, 60,000 customers, and I've done one thing particularly well, which is the thing that I will share with you in this video. I got paid really early. I had less than 1,000 Instagram followers and a similar subscriber count on YouTube when I was doing what I'm doing now full time. I'm so effective at this that I've been able to compete in business competitions internationally at over $81,000 in new monthly recurring revenue in a single month and coming second, competing against somebody who had more than 10 times the YouTube subscriber count as I do, and I held up pretty well, right? So in this video, what I'll be sharing with you is the number one content lie that is holding 99% of content creators, coaches, course creators, people who want to build and monetize an online audience back. So what I'll be diving in with you into this video, and I brought you a complete breakdown, is the lie, which is I am bad at creating content, versus the truth is that you just don't know about content distribution. Okay, so here is what most people think content is supposed to do. And again, this video is for you if you are a new or established coach, course creator, personal brand, expert, experienced worker, somebody who wants to build up a school community or even an affiliate business around this. This is what most of you guys, and even the established guys that are actually very good at content production and make high monthly income because of that, this is what y'all getting a little bit wrong, okay? Most people think content looks something like this. We have our platforms, our social media, for example, Instagram right here, and our YouTube channel, right? So our longer form content, and then the posts that we're making on social media, may that be a carousel or may that be reels, and the videos that we are making on YouTube, right? We believe that we just have to get better at them, right? Make more polished, prettier carousel and post with higher quality content, adding a ton of value, right? Or, maybe having big guests that we are interviewing, right? And bringing on to our channel. So, we can get more reach, or, tap in more to more popular topics that are a little bit broader than what we actually deeply care about and are selling. Or maybe we need to do shorts, right? Smaller snippets to hook people in so that they can eventually discover us through our content. We're reaching the right type of people. We just have to amass enough so that they then trickle down from a traffic onto our paid offers. For example, my school community, Grow with Evelyn, right? And then we will end up making sales through the content, right? And eventually are happy and get paid. What the problem is that that's not the truth. That's just not how it works, right? And so I have myself tried to get really good at creating Instagram content and also YouTube. And, I did all of those things. But I found that what I'd been doing from the beginning was still a lot more effective and would just amplify all of the content efforts that I would be making. Okay, so most of you, and this is the key takeaway from this video, if you're taking nothing else away, it is that if content is not working for you, whether it's because you are barely getting any reach from the content that you're putting out there, or because you are getting the reach, but you're feeling like I am in a constant hamster wheel and I have to crank out one YouTube video, one short, one high value carousel post, one deep thought Facebook post after the other, then know that you might be focusing on organic content as your top of funnel when you should be using ads to do your top of funnel. So instead of trying to solve your reach problem through content volume and quality, solve your reach problem through targeted distribution that also does not have to be expensive. Okay, so my background is that I am an advertiser. In my latest video, I shared with you my full journey of how, I got here and ended up, quote unquote, having school communities and mastermind and whatnot. My background is in e-commerce and Facebook ads. What I've been doing in the beginning, when I felt like, I don't have the time for the content, I eventually want to do it, and I want to get really good at it, but right now I suck at it. I feel a little bit old, right? I'm 35 years now, and when I got in this game, there was, younger people just doing the content so much more naturally, being so much cooler than I am, and I had not posted on Instagram, other than being a regular user of the platform in many years. And for me, what people were doing with their content, it was a complete enigma. So I was like, okay, I need to figure it out. But while I need to figure it out, I still kind of want to get paid, right? Because that's the purpose of it. So when I started, I had my advertising skills, and I was really tight on time because I still had my agency. I had my son. He was a 3 months old baby. So I was like, okay, I need to hack the reach for now, and I can solve this later. And little did I know that even later on, this would be the best setup. And this is exactly what I'm doing right now. I use Facebook ads to build my reach very, very targeted. 90% goes here into direct response distribution building, and 10% goes into long-term brand building, but also building the distribution first. Okay, what does that mean? So when we're running Facebook ads, we have these campaign objectives, and this is really a very unique opportunity that formerly Facebook, now Meta ads, right? So this is happening on Facebook and on Instagram as well. This is a very unique opportunity that this platform is offering, and I really need you to understand this. Okay, there currently is no other advertisement platform out there, and we don't know how long it will be possible on Facebook, on Instagram, to do this. What Facebook Meta knows about their customers is they know where an individual customer is in their buying cycle. Are they at the awareness stage? Are they at the consideration stage? Are they at the conversion stage in relation to what you have to offer? And this is so powerful because while we can also use Google ads to reach people that are in the consideration phase, right? Because they're actively looking for things, it's not as easy with them to get people into the different stages, and especially to get the email address first for a relatively low cost. So what I do is I run lead generation campaigns on Facebook because I want to get the sweet spot of where somebody is in the market for what I have to offer, but where I'm also paying relatively low CPMs and low cost per email address to get them. And with low cost per email address, I mean something as low as €1.60 for the highly competitive niche which I am in, which is making money online, right? And coaching and course creation. It's very, very competitive. I get a highly qualified lead for as little as €1.60 right now, leading not into a tangible. For tangible strategic freebies, I can get it even lower, but leading with my face, right? Which is, if we're thinking about creating brand awareness, like what's better than the top of funnel can even be, your face. And it took a while for us to identify the winning messaging and then use that in the ad copy so that my face can now be the front of it, right? But even if it's not your face, even if it is the actual tangible strategic freebie or the actual workshop that you promote, I like to work with tangibles like, mini journals, affirmations, planners, templates, scripts, etc. Or with workshops, because they're also somewhat tangible, but they also allow us to very, very quickly spend a lot of high quality time with a lead, right? So it's very, very nurturing. And so this is my top of funnel, right? So this is the first touch point. I'm not making a random piece of content my first touch point. I am making an offer, right? Direct response. I'm a direct response marketer at the end of the day. I'm making a direct response offer my first touch point. From here, I'm collecting the email address. Then people come onto my email list. I'm sending them the workshop replay, which is something that I have on YouTube, right? And I invite them to my next workshop. That's the first leg of this. And then what this leads to is from my email list, I will then send people to my YouTube channel, right? So this is where the majority of my traffic is coming from. And whenever I'm publishing a new YouTube video, I send this to my email list first. And I quickly want to show you what this looks like. I am taking charge of, I'm not relying on any algorithm, any platform to take care of my distribution. I take care of my content distribution, right? And so, for example, here you can see this was my latest YouTube video where I was talking about if I were to quit my job in 2025, here's exactly what I do. And I'm like, okay, here's the link to the YouTube video. Check it out and let me know what you think. Towards the bottom of my emails, I just have my offer links that are going right now to a waitlist or an application. So my entry point community, which is Grow with Evelyn, is on a waitlist because I'm also taking charge of supply and demand, but that's a topic for another video. And the other one is going to my mastermind. Okay, and then I'll say, hey, this is the software that I use, and here are communities that I love. School just came out with their affiliate system for community owners. So now, you can not only promote the school software if you use it, which not for a lot of people that are not in a similar position like I am would make sense. But now, you can promote all communities where you are part of that you love, which makes this affiliate opportunity even better, right? And so this is how I'm taking care of my distribution within an hour of publishing, right? And I have the email ready. As soon as I publish the YouTube video, I will push the traffic to my videos on my YouTube channel. And what you can see then happen with the content is that it gets a push when we're looking at reach from direct or unknown external, right? So I'm pushing the video, and what that allows me then to do is it shows YouTube that the video is good, right? Because I'm sending the people who are interested in this topic, right? I'm sending the right eyeballs filtered from my email list, like with a high push first. And because these people are in the right context, they watch a relatively high percentage of the video, which is why I then get an organic after push on YouTube already into the right segment, right? And so this is how I am, again, taking charge of the distribution by making sure it's getting the right push first. So later on, I can leverage when YouTube is sending me out. And so I'm doing this for every single YouTube video that I have. And I will try to combine this with also making the email valuable, right? So sometimes I will just send like a really short email like the one I just showed you, right? So especially when it's in the evening, I'm tight on time. But sometimes I will use the opportunity to also send a longer video where I'm giving more context. For example, okay, so here you see me having a longer one. So this is almost like a blog post in an email, right? Because I'm giving the context and I'm giving the proof, and I'm showing how I'm generating very intentionally multiple touch points to basically hack my way into know, like, and trust. Very similar topic to what you have in this video. And then you see I'm also linking back to videos on my channel, right? So I will not only when the video is published, but also as I'm sending my nurture emails, I will frequently push people back to the videos that are relevant. And whenever there's a new video, I will push it out immediately, right? So I'm sending nurture emails, and in those emails, I'm also sending people to my affiliate, right? Because that just also helps, because this is on Skool recurring. So right now I'm around 3,971 recurring. This basically is funding this whole lead generation here. But we're not done yet, because we are sending them to the replay of the latest workshop, but then we also invite them to the next live workshop. And then when the next live workshop is due, we're not sending nurture emails that we're spreading out a little bit more, right? Every 2 days, every 3 days, we're sending those nurture emails. Now we're sending them a dedicated promo email sequence that, depending on whatever we are promoting, can be different length, right? So for example, here, this one was a 5-day promo. So the first emails will go to, hey, join me for the next upcoming live workshop, right? So there's the next upcoming live workshop. And then after the workshop has been done live, I will send people to the replay and say, the doors to my community are opening now, right? Because from those nurture emails, we're sending them to the affiliate, and we're sending them to my community as well, like I showed you. But my community is not always open, because I want to be selective in the members, make sure they're a good fit. And basically this waitlist is my front loaded onboarding. And I have another video about waitlist that we will link somewhere here, right? So I sent them to the waitlist. And when I am on the live, and now I'm like letting people catch the replay, I say, the doors are open now, you can join now. And we're getting the people who are currently on the waiting list and who have watched the workshop into the community here, right? So I think one of the things where people are really going wrong with the other model is that they forget that people need a sense of urgency to convert at a larger scale, instead of just eventually occasionally trickling in, right? And this is also why you're feeling so burned out with the content. It's like you have to keep cranking it out. And a lot of people also have the problem that then they want to drive more traffic to their paid offers, so they lean their content that has been doing so well for them in getting reach closer to their offers. And then their audience is like, this person is becoming a sellout because they're constantly talking about their offers. I don't have to do that, because I can create this situation where there is more of a sense of urgency around joining, right? Where I'm running a real promotion once a month instead of running a promotion all the time. And so then we're getting people in here into the entry point membership. But what I also do in the workshop is, again, also to have the cost offset more quickly. So I always aim to be completely broken even in the first month of this. and grow from there, from the immediate cash flow. But when you're looking at my community right now, it's at 4% churn, so I have really high customer lifetime value. But one thing I also do to also immediately offset the cost and scale further is I'm also inviting people, not only that they can join the doors now, but I do open up a few limited spots to book a call with me. And this is a paid call, so I'm charging 333 for a 90-minute ad campaign strategy and setup session. And then from there, because this is also a filter, if somebody is already running ads, or they have a business where they're doing really, really well with this, in my opinion, inefficient model, and they want to learn more about it, I'll tell them about my mastermind and I answer any questions that they have around it, which is what then makes them join the mastermind if they are really a good fit. And here you can see this is the other monthly recurring revenue that's just coming from my mastermind. My mastermind is 10K per year, or with the payment $9.99 per month. But I can navigate it like this because I'm carefully crafting a real promotion event with real promotional offers, instead of just constantly for the whole month just trying to push people down my funnel into this one offer that is just really not an offer. It's just the thing that I'm selling that's always there. Versus here, I can carefully craft well thought out limited time offers that people can take or leave, and then the doors are closing again and they have to wait. And then what I'm also talking about in my workshop is my course that people then also buy on the back end of the workshop. I'm not promoting it super straightforward, but because I'm including it as an annual bonus, if people upgrade to annual here within a certain time frame, a lot of people are also interested in just buying the course separately. The next 10% is brand building. So we're moving up even further in the buyer's cycle, and we are reaching now people that need to be brought to awareness about our problem and about the offer that it exists. So here we're taking our best long-form YouTube content that's really representative of what we do, right? And here you can see, for example, I have my video on how to start a membership, which is doing the best. Then I have a video on mistakes that I made when it comes to building up my memberships. And then I did a video about pricing. And here you can see those videos are reaching people at a certain distribution. And it also makes sense, the broadest one, most beginner friendly one about how I'd start a membership from scratch gets the most reach. Mistakes you only care about if you are already considering. Pricing, you only, those are already more thought out questions. So the distribution that is happening on Facebook also makes sense. And then what we are optimizing for with the campaign objective of awareness, we're going after the through plays. And then ultimately we want to have as many people watching as long as possible. These videos are fairly long, right? The membership one is 58 minutes. The pricing one is 20 minutes. And the mistakes ones is 46 minutes. So if somebody has watched 25% of that video, they are clearly interested in the topic. What I'm doing now is I am actually downloading the video from YouTube. So let me show you this on a specific example. So I will come here, edit video, click on the dots, download the video. I will take this here, my description, and go to Facebook. Then I will put this text here. If I wanted to quit my job in 2025 by building an online coaching business, whether it's as a community owner on Skool or as an affiliate on Skool, this is how I do it. Okay. And then I would bring my typical introduction here, which I use on my workshop ads as well. If you want to stalk my ads, this is how you do it. But again, you won't make sense of it without this video. What I like to weave in is my background, get a roadmap that follow. And now the video has already downloaded. So we are actually uploading the YouTube video to Facebook. And so I will just let it process. And now you are posting it here. Don't adding a button now because we're going to do that from the Ads Manager. Now in Ads Manager, we want to say create. We want to pick an awareness campaign for this one because it's truly top of funnel. All right, so now I like to call it top of funnel. And then we have video views. And this one will be quit job. Okay. And I typically like to put multiple ones into one campaign. I'm going to show you this in a second, but I also want to show you the setup. Instead of maximize reach of ads, we want to say maximize true play views. Then you want to select your countries. Especially for video views, I like to go just with the top 4, United States, United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia. I do have a lot of customers in Germany, so I will now actually break down from my recent ones if I do have a lot of German viewers, or if it's not worth to include them actually at all. The way you're breaking down an ad is like so. Break down country. And now I can see the distribution. I do have very little actually watching from here. But I also know the audience that I do reach, they really like me because there's, I'm one of the few people who does that also can serve them in German. So Austria. Okay, now for the audience, other than that, I leave it completely open. Next. Now I like to name it after the thing. And now we need to select your Facebook page and Instagram account. And instead of create ad, we say use existing post. Now we can go change post. And now as soon as our video is processed, it will appear in here. Then we take it. Then what we can do is we can add a call to action here. And what I do is I add watch more and I add the link to the YouTube video. And then I publish this. Now for the budget, you would want to do something really, really small. So out of all your top of funnel budget, which is 80 to 90% of your total budget, 90% of your total budget, out of all your top of funnel budget, the majority should go to this. Only about 10% should go to brand building, right? And this is something that takes a longer time to show an effect as well. Now, I like to do it in the following way. So this is how you set it up initially. But as you then have more videos in your broad audience, what you would want to do is you would want to see, okay, which one is my weakest one? So for example, here, the pricing one, and we can analyze it by going to the columns breakdown, discover column presets, and then we have the video engagement. Here, what we see is I want to see how many people, because I built my retargeting audience out of the 25% video views, right? So which of these comparative by the amount spent does perform the best in a sense of how audience building is it, right? And here I can see this video, you would think it does the second best because it got the more reach and it spent more. But when we're actually looking at the amount that it spent and the people it retains, the pricing video, although it's the most niche, does actually better than the mistakes ones. And so what I'd be doing here now is turn off the one that performs, the worst in here. So first I would build up my way to having 3 in here, but then I would always turn off the one that performs worse, duplicate another one, and then switch it out for the latest one I posted. So here, for example, this is quit job. Now I can change the post and I have to see if this processed now. There you go. So it's processed. So that means it will come in here. Sometimes we have to go back and forth here a little bit. There you go. Finally, just takes a little bit to process. Now you see it puts us the standard call to action, send a message. Now we want to have it towards watch more. And now I like to put the YouTube URL here, update post. And now we added it to our top of funnel. What's the goal, of this top of funnel campaign? Well, it's twofold. One goal is audience building, right? So I just showed you that we are building an audience of people who have watched 25% of the video, right? So obviously those people who are watching such a long piece of this video, they are interested in what we do, right? And so when we are now running our workshop ads, right, or retargeting campaigns for something else, we want to be able to include them and train our ad account like this. So one is the audience building. The second one is that we also want to, for very, very low cost, with this ad, get people to keep watching videos of ours, right? So people will click through to here as well, go to your YouTube channel and start binge watching, right? Just like they do here from the nurture emails. They watch one video. If they like it, they will watch more of your videos, right? And it's a quite affordable way to build a great audience on Facebook, especially for those of you that are also dealing with situations where their targeting is going away. A lot of people in the health space, etc., they cannot target the type of people they want to reach anymore. And also in my case, while I used to be able to work with the coaching and self-employment, coaching must also match self-employment relatively well. What I do has become quite niche with the memberships and the school and the ads. So I like to build a audience that is exactly around what I do. And with Facebook going more and more away with the audience-based targeting, it's also great if you can lean into building up your own basically audiences for remarketing. One person who is excellent at this, right? So if you think that this is interesting, with the videos, this is just scratching the surface. One person you should check out for this is my friend Laura Porty. But what I want to share you here is now we're having this ad, now we're building our audience, now we're getting more people for very, very cheap also onto our videos, right, and familiar with our brand. Now, one thing that we also want to do with these ads, right, because these ads are quite out there, it is that we want to grow our social media following in reverse organic. So, what does that now mean and look like? So, when people are seeing your ads, and this is true for the lead generation campaigns that they see, but it's also true for these top of funnel ads, right? When people are seeing your ads, they're like, who is this? And they click through. And when they're clicking through on Instagram, they go to your Instagram profile, right? And this is how I've been able to actually grow my Instagram to 40,000 followers, which, the social proof just does give you a lot of credibility. And also my Facebook page to over 11,000 followers. But majority is on the back of my ads, right? So I never created content to get followers. I just got followers on the back of my ads that, watched the videos and they liked what I did, or they signed up for the workshop and they liked what I did, had me on YouTube. And then they would also follow me on Instagram, but not for my content, but for who I am, right? So it's much more building a fan base than it is producing content to generate followers that then will consume more of your content that you're putting out for free, right? And so they're mainly there for your free content. These people are mainly there for me and because they want to follow my journey rather than they want to consume free content from me, right? Which is also takes off that burden from me to always be in the hamster wheel. And when I'm producing pieces, I can make sure that they're seen and I can produce those long form pieces of content where people spend a lot of time with me, which are actually nurturing closer towards the conversion, right? So I don't have to create things that bring in people top of funnel. And because they're what people care about, I can make the long form content like this that I care about, where I say the things that are really mattering, where people spend a lot of time with me, and then eventually make it much more likely for them to convert even with a lower view count, right? Because it's the right type of views. It's very, very targeted. And on YouTube, I'm fine for them subscribing for the content because that is the content that really, really moves the needle towards nurture and conversion. If I could only do one form of content, it would be the long form YouTube content because that's also what's needed to make the email list convert eventually. And this is how I'm able to now use mainly leads, events, not sales, and still get the sales because I'm able to do my own nurture like that. That's one thing. We want to put those out to grow our following in the right way and to build our remarketing audience. And then from our remarketing audiences, what we also want to do is we want to introduce a middle of funnel, another touch point where we are leveraging that social media content where we think it is representative of what we want to be known for, right? So here's a snippet, for example, from my mastermind, and it has 31,000 views. And people are like, oh, this video did really good for your account. No, I decided that I want this video to do really well for my account because I want people to see me presenting in front of those other memberships and online business owners, right? Explaining three things I don't do anymore as a membership owner after scaling to $215,000 in monthly recurring revenue and 6,000 paid members across, my Stripe and my school platforms. I want people to see this and know this about me, which is why I'll pull it out specifically and I'll leverage it, but not to a cold audience, right? Because I only want to leverage long form content to a cold audience because then it builds the audience and the brand. The short form, I just want to put in between people signing up for the workshop and people have seen these ads. I am just selecting now an engagement campaign. So not awareness, we're moving down the funnel, we're putting an engagement campaign and we are going for video views, maximize through plays on the engagement campaign. Yes, that is in both the awareness and engagement campaign. And we're retargeting people who have visited our school page, right? So they already had interest and people who have engaged with our lead form in the last 90 days, which is this, where we're collecting the leads on Facebook. And they have watched one of the long form videos for a minimum of 25%. Now we're showing them the short form video, right? So it's also meaningful to get those views, right? So I don't care about anyone seeing this except the people that are a good fit for what I do, right? And this is why this is also very, very affordable. So for a couple weeks, I will have this for $3 a day. And again, then this ad feeds back into here. Okay. And so it builds that trust and it nurtures. And then these are the lubricant towards the conversion later down when I'm having my live workshop and when I'm opening the doors. So that's the intersection in between where we're also having the engagement campaign. And then one thing we're also doing with an engagement campaign is it's an engagement campaign, but we're not going for video views and maximizing true plays. We're actually going for post engagement, maximizing engagement with a post. So we're taking these videos that we have posted to our page and we are running a middle of funnel. Again, we want to have the right type of people, right? The people that actually matter. We want them to leave a like under this video, which will then help us to get the cold people that are seeing this to give it a chance to watch it and to watch it potentially longer because it has a lot of likes on it. So how do you set that up now? We are coming in here, create, engagement, continue, manual, middle of funnel, and now we have long video likes. Next, the engagement type is post engagement. Maximize engagement with a post. $3, quite low. Our countries, United States. Now we're coming down here. Switch to original audience settings. And now we want to use just our custom audiences. Everybody who has been on our about page, everybody who has engaged with our lead form, and everybody who has watched one of the long form videos, right? We want them to like it, and then we need to untoggle this. Otherwise, it shows it to everyone. You see this? It will show it to other people as well, but we want to create this familiarity, right? So we want to nurture that audience that we built. And now we again need to select our page, existing post, and now we want to select this post and publish it. And now we also are optimizing for getting these likes, because if we're only optimizing for the video views, people don't leave a like necessary here, but optimizing for these will get more people to watch it for longer, right? And we also again help with people then clicking through and following us. So that is the brand leg. And ultimately, it also goes back to, because I'm also sharing my latest YouTube videos in the stories, right? The carousels that I create, they talk about watch my latest YouTube video, right? So from my Instagram, this is maybe also good insight, I am pushing back to my, I'm explaining something here. This was to go to the live workshop, but from the regular things that I do, I push always back to my YouTube channel. I will also say, hey, watch my YouTube video. And the link that I have here on Instagram is my YouTube. It's not my school. I want people to go back and watch the YouTube videos, okay? Because the YouTube is what creates enough connection and understanding about what I do to really bring in the right type of people here towards the waiting list, and nurtures the people on my email list that my promotion campaign doesn't fall on deaf ears, right? And so when we're then doing the promotion campaign, we are promoting the next live workshop. To sign up, I live stream those to YouTube, and then I promote the replays. This is when I promote the replays, and then I switch from promoting just the replays to just promoting doors open and my call. And that leads then again to people joining Grow with Evelyn or having the paid call from where I can invite them, if they're a good fit, to the mastermind or going, to the Almost Evergreen. And this is how I basically streamline my content and getting the right eyeballs on it when it matters. I don't need to be in the hamster wheel. I can push to these videos, and I can make sure that the people that I'm selecting here, right? So right from the get-go, instead of aiming for everyone, I'm just getting the right type of people in here through the leads and through the awareness, through making the video view audience. Right from the get-go, I only care about building the right type of audience, getting the right type of eyeballs, and then I saturate those eyeballs with enough meaningful touch points, making the most out of them as well, because I'm growing my status as an expert, and then using the actual email to re-reach for free. Instead of also trying to make my content re-reach my audience for free, I actually use the emails, and if I need to retargeting campaigns, to re-reach the right type of people with the right type of message when I need it, so I can run a promotion, get more signups into a more elaborate setup where I also end up getting a higher customer lifetime value, not only because of the offers that I can make, but also because of the higher retention I can create, because people are coming in a lot more nurtured and a lot more clear around what I do. Okay, so the next time you're thinking about what type of YouTube videos you could create that get a lot of reach, right? Or what type of reels you can create to get a lot of reach, just stop it. Just think about what type of lead magnet, tangible or workshop, would bring in the right type of people, set up your ad for that, and then create the content that fills in the gap for these people from when you had the first touch point to when they're actually converting, right? And you'll be a lot happier, not on the content hamster wheel, and not desperate because you are, just like me, not necessarily a content wizard and somebody who is a digital native and can do this. A lot of the top of funnel content that I see working well for competitors is very over the top. Relying on the income claims, for example, or it just has to become more and more extreme to be competitive, or more and more kind of broader into areas where they are either going like really polarizing, right? Or where I'm like, is this really truly your expertise? With this setup, you can really stay in your lane and have the conversations you care about as well and that truly matter for your clients. Okay, so you don't have a content creation problem, you have a content distribution problem, and I showed you in this video how to solve it for good. If you found this helpful, consider checking out another video on the channel or becoming a subscriber. Thank you so much, and bye for now.